I'm very excited to have a full house this afternoon ahead of the Dire Straits Experience, Mr. Chris White, Mr. Terence Reis, and Mr. Chris Whitten. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello.
Resounding hello. Something very exciting for Dire Straits fans, Dire Straits Experience happening tomorrow. A 6-album discography. Fans have plenty to look forward to. What can people expect? What's the ace in the hole?
The ace in the hole is Terence Reis, actually. But what people can expect tomorrow night is all the things they know and love about Dire Straits. There are lots of songs that have to be part of a Dire Straits concert, so things like Telegraph Road and Private Investigations, Romeo and Juliet, but also some slightly less usual things will be there.
Because there's plenty to play from.
There's plenty. It's a big catalogue.
There's a lot.
And you mentioned that Terence Reis is kind of like the jewel, the undiscovered gem, the discovered gem. We're going to claim you because that's what we do in Southern Africa.
Product of a wasted childhood, I think.
Well, all good rock stars come from some kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me about how the Dire Straits Experience has been for you, how the journey has been for you, being of the soil.
Well, thank you. Yeah, of the soil, definitely. It's been strange because we'd like to think it's been a big and clever plan, but it hasn't. It was something that really gathered momentum, not from our initiative, but by the fact that there was a fan base that clearly wanted to see this to grow and continue. And
absolutely.
I know we say it, I don't hope it doesn't sound twee, but it is in a sense almost fan-funded in so much as we can't play unless a promoter comes to us and says, I think there's enough people that want to see that. The show, I want to see that on stage, we want to see it live. So it's been a journey of one surprise after another, really. Yeah.
And on the topic of surprises, sometimes you think to yourself, oh, I never thought I'd play in North Korea or wherever the place might be. Perhaps you never saw yourselves playing in South Africa. What's your favorite place to have gigged and why? Mr. Whitten, do you have a special place in your...
Well, it was special the other day, wasn't it? Because we played in Mozambique, which is where Terence was born.
Very cool.
And, we were just amazed that we never thought, when Chris and I was doing Dire Straits originally, we never thought that people would be listening to it in Mozambique, faraway land. And when we started playing the show, people were singing along, knew all the lyrics, and there were 4,000 people there, so that was quite amazing, actually. I've literally said to these guys, I never dreamt I would ever play a show in Mozambique.
It was a really,
no way.
Really humbling experience, actually.
We stopped singing at one point and they carried on.
Yes, because we know all the...
clearly. Yeah.
And while we love our old school and R&B here on Hot 91.9, that's stock standard operating procedure. We're always looking forward to something new. So is there any new music on the cards, even if it's in the form of solo projects? I know that I know that the Dire Straits Experience is an amalgamation of the music itself, but I know that in your own rights, you could possibly have something new. Tell me everything.
Well, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I think everyone has got a back catalogue of stuff sitting in drawers and stuff.
Totally.
And the dream is to be able to do this and do private projects as well. And I would work with these two in a heartbeat on something else if it came to it. But yeah, speaking for myself, there's piles of songs that I hope to get round to. I might have to be somebody sitting down in a chair looking a bit long in the tooth when I do it, but there is stuff, yeah.
Well, don't wait that long.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I mean, the amazing thing is, yes, there are other things that we all want to do, but this thing has just grown beyond all possible expectation, and it's turned into a real full-time thing for us now. So it is hard to fit other stuff in.
Can I say I am fitting other stuff in?
I didn't want to tell you.
Chris Whitten
I've
is
got
not
a solo
old.
project called Circles and Ellipses, which is more electronic music, just completely away from guitars and drums, and so that's how I have my recreation, to get away from this guitar and drum sound.
But he cheats because he's not with us all the time.
No.
We have to use another drummer from
Yeah.
time
You
to
see,
time.
this is why you don't talk about these things, because now you're talking about replacing him.
No, you can't replace him.
No, he's irreplaceable.
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 Well, thank you very much. I thought I'd move on to that fun little section now. Now that we know exactly what we're looking forward to for Dire Straits Experience tomorrow night at Sun Arena Square in Pretoria. I'm going to go left to right because it's easier that way. Yes, my left.
Obviously.
What time do you think the first alarm clock invented went off?
5:45 a.m.
5:45 a.m. It's kind of a Douglas Adams question, that one. The bending space and time.
Yes.
And then moving on to you, Terence.
Yeah.
What's your worst Friday the 13th story?
The next one.
The next one.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
good man.
That is pretty good. Short and sharp. And then, Chris, what would stop the chicken from crossing the road?
A barbecue.
In the middle of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Just set up a braai in the middle of the road.
No, it'd be already on the barbecue before it got to the crossing.
Absolutely.
I'm a vegetarian, I should say, at this point.
Yeah, we have a vegetarian, a vegan, and a carnivore.
With a very dark
We've
sense
got a
of
full
humour.
mix.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
If
very
he's
dark.
talking
You
about
have no idea.
putting it on a barbecue,
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Can I take that back?
you should know better. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We're so
you
looking
very
forward to
much.
seeing you live in concert for the Dire Straits Experience tomorrow. Have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hot 91.9.
Playing the best old school and R&B.